great.
Islam.
So we have 22 journalists from 50 different countries.
He has been here before. Yes, we are going to start from him.
We're going to start with
Just like this. He also has been here before.
Been here before.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Islam.
Thank you so much for kindness this interview, Azur. May Allah continue to bless you more and more. We've seen efforts to caricature and destroy the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam by right-wing leaders, especially jihad wielders in Holland. How should Muslims respond to this collectively across the world?
You see, our response is that we say we have more durood and salam to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And apart from that, our Public Department have launched a website, speech contest program. So in that, so many non-Muslims are even participating. So in this way, people would know what is the true teaching of Islam and what is the true character of the Holy Prophet of Islam. So we should try to spread the true message of Islam and true character of the Holy Prophet of Islam. We are making effort for that one. And if all the Muslim Ummah and all the Muslim scholars and the countries who have resources do the same, that would be better.
Thank you so much.
Soy de Argentina y conocimos la comunidad Ahmadiyya gracias al imán Marwan Gil hace un año. Y quería preguntarle qué mensaje le puede dar a los ciudadanos comunes para que puedan llegar a ser buenas personas, ser amables, ser honestos y que su corazón no recaiga en el odio, en la venganza. Y ¿qué nos puede comentar hacia la gente, los ciudadanos argentinos?
She says she's from Argentina and she's got into know the Jamaat through Imam Marwan Jil a year ago, and she's asking what message could Hazur give to the Argentinian citizens in order for them to become better people with high moral values and love in their hearts instead of having hatred and hatred feelings.
You see, Argentinian people are also at least somehow religious minded or religious conscious people. They believe in Christianity and they believe in God. So you should fear God. Always remember, you see, the basic thing is if you believe in God, then you must believe in this, that God is always, the one and omnipotent God is always watching over you. And He is seeing all your actions and deeds. So the basic thing is, if you fear God, then you will discharge your duties according to the teaching of the religion and God Almighty. So if that is done, then you can live peacefully and harmoniously. And because this is the teaching of Allah or of all the religions. Even Bible says, be peace and calm and kind to your neighbors and your fellow beings. This is the teaching of Islam. So if you have a fear of Allah and you obey the holy books and the religious teachings, then there will be peace and harmony in the world. This is what Ahmadiyya community has been doing everywhere across the world.
Dice que sí, dice que en Argentina en concreto la gente es en su mayoría religiosa, son de hecho cristianos, y es por eso que lo importante es temer a Dios, creer en Dios y temer a Dios, porque una persona que sea temerosa de Dios automáticamente sus valores morales van a incrementar. Y esto es común en todas las religiones, no solo en el Islam, sino también en el libro sagrado del cristianismo, en la Biblia también se habla de esto. Entonces, por eso es importante que la gente reconozca a su creador y tema a Dios. Y esto es un esfuerzo que en concreto la comunidad Ahmadiyya está haciendo en todo el mundo.
And also abide by the law of the land and respect human values and respect each other.
Y también deben ser leales a la ley de la tierra y respetar, el respeto mutuo es importante también.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Who is next is you?
Salam alaikum. Mi nombre es Glaya Ramírez, soy de Guatemala y yo quisiera saber qué lo motivó a usted a autorizar la construcción de un hospital en Guatemala que va a beneficiar a muchas mujeres y a muchos niños. No es un hospital cualquiera, es el primer hospital de la comunidad de Latinoamérica y también pues hay muchos proyectos de educación. ¿Por qué Guatemala? ¿Por qué poner la mirada en nuestro país? ¿Y cuáles son los proyectos para Guatemala? Gracias.
She's saying she's from Guatemala and she would like to know what is the reason because of which we're building the first hospital in Guatemala, which is going to help a lot of children and women, and also the reason
What is the reason of building a hospital there in Guatemala?
why we have chosen Guatemala. Why we have chosen Guatemala for this project, as well as the education.
Why we have
project.
chosen Guatemala as per project? You see, one of our MT member, David Gonzalo Sahib, is from Guatemala. He was very much anxious to open a hospital there. And our community members there also wanted to open a hospital there. So the first demand came from them. This we have started our first project, hospital project there. If you demand from any other place, if demand comes from any other place, we shall start our new projects there as well.
Sí, dice que en el caso de Guatemala fue a través del señor David González, que vive allí, quien pidió que se iniciara el proyecto de construcción de este hospital, y esa es la razón por la que se ha construido allí. Pero de igual forma, si surgen peticiones de otros países, entonces, Dios mediante, también se iniciarán proyectos allí.
You should be happy that we have started our project of extending medical help to your country people. Why you are worried?
Pregunta que debería estar contenta, ¿no? de que se inicie este proyecto. Entonces, si estás preocupada, ¿por qué esa preocupación?
No, al contrario, estamos muy felices, pero queremos saber por qué escogernos a nosotros, por qué el privilegio de escogernos a nosotros, porque además hay muchos proyectos educativos que han ayudado a niños también a acceder a la educación, que es algo que a veces el propio Estado olvida.
Yes, she's saying that she feels privileged for this project, and she wanted to know why the honor of starting this project in Guatemala, as well as education projects, when even sometimes the government is not providing that much help.
So, because although we love all of humanity, but we love Guatemalans.
A pesar de que el amor que tenemos es por toda la humanidad, pero también con Guatemala.
Next is
Yes.
Aisha Khan from USA.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Aisha Khan, a reporter with Religion News Service in America. I'm interested in the recent increase in outreach from the Ahmadi community to Latin American and countries and the Spanish-speaking world as a whole. Can you discuss why the Jamaat has chosen now, this particular time, to do this level of outreach and to Latin American countries and also
Spanish-speaking countries?
Yes.
To extend our projects there and to open more missions there and start our missionary work there.
Yes.
You see, it had to be done a long time ago, but for each thing there is some specific time to start the project. This time, one is that Allah Ta'ala, I should say, put in my heart that we should start our missionary work in Spanish countries, including Spain and other Latin American countries and other countries. Apart from that, one of the very much ambitious and staunch Ahmadi, as I mentioned, David Saab, he came to me once and said that in our countries in Latin America and that area of the world, almost 400 million people are Spanish speaking, and they are being deprived of the true teaching of Islam. Why don't you start or launch some preaching programs there? So that was one of the reasons. So apart from there, 40 million people of Spain and 400 million people of that area should know the true teaching of Islam. And so because nowadays much is being said about Islam, and that is not in a good way. The name of Islam is being defamed everywhere in the world. So this is the right time where we extend the true message of Islam, especially in all parts of the world, and especially in those parts where they were completely ignorant of the true teaching of Islam. Right?
Lucian from Sierra Leone.
Yes, my name is Lucian Ganda. I work for the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. When I came in contact with the Ahmadi people in Sierra Leone, I had a mixed feeling. They said there is an MOU between my station and the Ahmadiyya people, so they bring their programs to be aired on television. I happen to be the head of TV, so I have to schedule their programs. I was attacked by Muslims again, that I am giving more preference to the Ahmadiyya people than. I said, but I don't understand, this is Muslim. And then they said, no, it's not the same. So I started researching to know what's the difference between the Muslims and the Ahmadiyya. Because I kept arguing with a particular lady that these people are Muslims as well. You are Muslims, so why are you attacking me? I am a Christian, I don't know. But she kept on attacking, and then I kept on defending the Ahmadiyya people, and I wanted to know more. So I started asking questions, but then I'm gathering something. So when I came here, I have been privy to know some of what the Ahmadiyya people believe. But what I want you to make clear for me is that I want to know the difference between a prophet and a Mahdi. That's what...
Prophet and Ahmadi?
Yes. No, a difference between a prophet and a Mahdi. A Mahdi.
Mahdi?
Yes.
You see, it was foretold by the Holy Prophet of Islam that in the latter days a man will appear when the true teaching of Islam will be distorted, and Muslim will be Muslims by name but not be practicing Muslim. And that is what you have seen, and you have personal experience that they were attacking you, that why you are doing this, that. So Muslims should not behave like this. Islam means peace, love and harmony. So instead of attacking you, they should have shown some harmonious and peaceful sentiments, extend some peace and love towards you. You see, and as I have said, the Holy Prophet of Islam foretold that in the latter days when the true teaching of Islam will be distorted, although Quran, the holy book of Muslims, will be intact in its original form, and it is still, because it's the claim of the Quran. But Muslim will not be practicing Muslim. So at that time, he prophesied that Messiah and Mahdi will come. And Messiah and Mahdi are the same, is the same person. Two different titles, but the same person. Right? So we believe, but other Muslims believe, say, because he said the Messiah will come and Mahdi will come, and they are thinking that Jesus did not die on the cross and was ascended, as Christians believe, to the heaven, and he will come in the 14th century or in the sometime later. So we say that no, we believe that Jesus Christ was the true prophet of God, and as other prophets passed away, that is what Quran tells us, he also passed away after living a long life in this world. And the person who will come on the footsteps of Jesus Christ from among Muslim Ummah. And Mahdi will also come. So Jesus, the title of Jesus will be to preach to Christians and other religions about the true teaching of Islam. And the Mahdi will be the true guide for the Muslims, a guiding light for the Muslims. So both of them will work together. I mean, both titles will work together, and the same person will be with the same title, with those both two titles, and he will spread the true message of Islam to other religions, to other nations, and to Muslim Ummah as well. So Mahdi is for Muslims, to guide Muslims, to tell the true teaching of Islam, and Messiah is for Christians, because in the world you can see the Muslim, the Christians are quite dominant as far as the number of Christian, the number is concerned. Although quite a number of Christians in this developed world, they are not practicing Christians. Even they have left religion, apart from Africa and some other parts where Christianity still prevails. So Messiah and Mahdi, according to our belief, is the same person who was to give the true teaching of Islam, who was to spread true teaching of Islam among Muslims and other religions, right? And being a Messiah, his title will be of prophet, but subordinate prophet, who will work under the umbrella of the Prophet of Islam. He will spread the same teaching and same traditions which were spread and revealed to the Holy Prophet of Islam, right?
How do you see the Ahmadiyya group really expanding in Central America in order to assist these countries that are in such desperate need of different things?
You see, our work is a missionary work. And we believe, and this is the teaching of the Quran, that there is no compulsion of religion. Religion is a matter of your heart. So only message we are spreading is the true message of Islam, right? And we let the people decide whether they accept it or not. So our work is a missionary work. We shall keep on doing it, whether people accept it or not. At least they will know the true teaching of Islam. So what the misconceptions they have in their minds about Islam will be removed by this. So we hope if we are giving you something good, you will accept it. And if we are not, then it might take time, because it's not easy to change the religion, right? It will take time. And this is how the missionary communities work and the problems they face. So whether we are expanding our community there or not, but we shall keep on doing our missionary work. Okay?
Thank you.
Siraj from USA.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
My name is Raj Kalyango. I'm a journalist. Now, I just need to be guided the relationship between Islam and organizations like United Nations, just for example, because UN advocates for like education for all, equality, gender equality, and somewhere, people say Islam discriminates gender like women. So, what is the relationship between Islam and such organization that advocates things which looks at the face of it that against what they think it is normal? I don't know whether I'm understood.
You see, as far as Islam does not, first thing is that Islam does not discriminate between genders. Right? Islam says that respect women and give due right to the women. But Islam has the concept of division of labor. That women have this job and men have this job. Islam does not deprive women from getting education. So you could see, therefore, yesterday, quite a number of girls took medals and certificates from me for having a higher education, right? So one thing is this. And how can we both work together amicably? If it is a true Islam that we believe, that we Ahmadis practice and spread, then we can work with any organization which is, UNO is not a religious organization, and Islam is a religion. And Islam says that you give due rights to whole of the humankind, whether Muslim or non-Muslims, right? So for these purposes, where religion is not involved, we can just work together and extend our help. Even, during the time of Holy Prophet ﷺ, before his claim of being the Prophet, he joined a committee which was formed to help needy and poor people. And after some time, when he was given the title of the prophethood, and in Medina, he said that even if those people who are infidels, not Muslims, call me to join the same organization or association for the help or extending help to the needy and poor, I will join them. So for the humanitarian work, we can work together, and there should not be any difference in it. But as far as the values of religion are concerned, the teaching of religion is concerned, we should honor it and save it and secure it. Quick.
Roberto Marcio from Brazil.
Assalamu alaikum, Your Holiness, Sua Santidade. No segundo dia da Jalsa UK, o senhor mencionou a dificuldade da situação no Brasil em face dos últimos tempos. Qual o conselho que o senhor daria para melhorar o meu país? Por conta dos problemas sociais e tudo mais que acontece no Brasil. I just speak in English, but just speak Portuguese.
Okay, it's okay.
My brother translate. Okay.
Portuguese बोल लेते हैं.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that person is here.
Sim. Qual o conselho que o senhor daria para o povo brasileiro nesse momento tão difícil que ele está passando?
He's saying that.
Yes. Have you finished?
Yeah.
He's saying that in the second day's speech of the Jalsa UK, Hazur mentioned the difficult situation Brazil is going through nowadays. So he wants to know what would be your advice for the betterment of the country and to resolve the problems that people are facing.
So I did not say because if you leave a cell phone, you will be okay. So I said, and it is on the news everywhere, in the media, that Brazil is passing through a difficult situation. And the best thing is then honest leadership and hard work of the people of the country. Yes. If two things are there, then you will survive and you will even rule much, much better than not only overcome this situation, but you will provide help to the other neighboring countries.
Ok, thanks.
Ele disse que ele não só disse que largando os celulares o país vai progredir, mas além disso ele acredita que para o progresso da nação como um todo, em primeiro lugar liderança justa e honesta e depois trabalho árduo por parte do povo. Ele disse que com essas duas coisas o Brasil não só pode contornar essa situação, como tem muito espaço para progredir e fazer grandes progressos.
You speak Portuguese or Spanish?
I just speak Portuguese. My English, sorry, is very
No,
terrible.
but you are from Brazil.
Yeah.
And in Brazilians speak Spanish or Portuguese?
Portuguese. Muito obrigado. Thanks.
Spanish is also spoken there. No?
Yes, a little. Actually, Portuguese is quite similar to Spanish, so...
Achha, right. So, if you correct these two systems, government and the people, it will be okay.
Então, se você corrigir essas duas situações, o governo e o trabalho pelo povo, então vai ficar tudo bem.
Okay.
Muito obrigado.
Okay, right. Or
from the Netherlands.
Rehan from Poland. Azur, I have a question about Geert Wilders. The Dutch counter-terrorism agency gave him go-ahead to hold the cartoon competition. And they said he has the freedom of speech. So do you think the government could have stopped him? And do you have a message to government to...
See, I always say that there should be a limit on freedom of speech. Even when I delivered an address in the Dutch parliament, there I was asked a question by a parliamentarian, then there should not be any limit. And why do you say there is a limit? Then my answer was, and even rather it was a question, that why do you have the law against anti-Semitism? Then, if there is freedom of speech, then let the people say whatever they like to say about Jews. Why they have enacted the law of anti-Semitism everywhere in the European world? So always they put some limits on these things. And if there are no limits, then the disorder will spread and enmities will develop, and then the world needs peace and love and harmony today, not conflicts and rifts. So we should behave and respect each other's values. Okay. Only one person now. Time is.
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, my name is Juma Abiodun. I publish What Top News in Nigeria.
What?
Yeah. Also, I would like to ask about what's your advice to Nigeria government on cattle ranching, because there are killings here and there around Boko Haram were killing people all around there. Just this morning, 5 suicide bombers also detonated the bombs at Maiduguri.
It's a pity, very much regrettable, that all these groups are doing these atrocities in the name of Islam and Allah. Islam means love, peace and harmony. And I have spoken at length on these topics everywhere. Even if you read some of my lectures, addresses, you would know that what is the true teaching of Islam, or whatever they are doing is against the teaching of Islam, and it should be stopped. And who will stop? The Muslim Ummah should join hands together to stop these situations. So these groups are doing in the name of Islam, in the name of religion, but their leaders have their own vested interests, which they are trying to achieve or fulfill. So this is why this is a challenge for our community, for Ahmadiyya community, which is spreading the true message of Islam, that is peace, love and harmony. Okay then, I think that's all. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.